Hey y'all, thanks for joining me this week. I am Ryan Cecil with Homepage Realty, and today we are going to chat about the house hunt. Specifically, how many homes you should look at before making an offer. House hunting can feel overwhelming when you look at house after house, but nothing seems to fit right with you or your budget. The house with the kitchen that is way too small, or the house with the location that isn't right, the house with the ugly wallpaper, and the list can literally go on. If you are wondering how many houses you should look at before finding the one, then you might have to first find out what kind of buyer you are. Yes, there are different kinds of buyers out there. So here's what I want you to do. I want you to tag someone in the comments who is looking to start their home buying process in 2022 so they can get all of the details right here on this video. Okay, y'all, it's time to get down to the nitty-gritty. Let's chat. How many homes should I look at before making an offer? There are a lot of things to consider. So first, let's talk about the three types of buyers. Yes, the three types. I'm gonna tell you about three types of home buyers to help you understand that there isn't one set answer to how many homes you should look at before writing an offer. Sometimes a buyer looks at one home and knows that it is the one. Other times it takes a buyer several houses to find the right fit. Now, here's what we're gonna do. Let's talk a bit about the difference and what you can do to make sure you are taking the right steps so you can confidently write an offer on the house you find that you love, because you all know it is my goal to help you live where you live. So here we go. First type of buyers. We've got the research ready buyer. These buyers typically do extensive research. They filter through and eliminate listings that won't match their criteria by looking thoroughly online, driving by the property, learning a lot about the area they want to live in and exactly what will or won't work for them. They typically have a pretty clear idea of what they want and what they want their new home to have. So most listings can easily be eliminated from the list of homes that they are going to physically go look at, because you definitely don't want to waste your time and you don't want to waste your agent's time when you're looking at houses. They typically won't look at very many homes in person before writing an offer, but the length of time that it takes for them to find the right house could be longer depending on what is available. In this market that we have currently, everyone knows that it is very hard. You gotta know what you want when you start looking for houses. So then we've got the shopper buyers. This is number two. These buyers have to shop around in order to get a grasp on exactly what they want in a home. They might know the basics of what they're looking for, but until they are out and about and in different homes and neighborhoods, that's when they're really gonna zero in on their wants and needs. These buyers will typically look at the most houses in person and have a hard time filtering through listings online. Okay, now we're coming to number three, the focused buyers. According to the research by the National Association of Realtors, the average home buyer views 10 homes before making an offer, and the search process takes 10 weeks. 10 weeks, y'all. This doesn't mean that once you decide to start the home search process that you should pick 10 listings to go out and see and from there decide where you're gonna write an offer. That is more like HGTV's House Hunters, and it is not really like realistic in this market especially. It's not really realistic at all. The reason this is the average is because these buyers have worked with their agent to really dive into some specific questions that will help them focus on what they're looking for, what area they want to live in, and what they want in a home. The first 5 homes you go out and see will help give you an idea of what you want versus what you don't want, and then from there you'll only look at those that match a more specific criteria that you figured out. From there, you're gonna know which subdivision is too far from work. Do you really want a private backyard? And so on. Do you really want that big open floor plan kitchen? And then once you narrow that down, you won't have to look at too many more, but instead you'll wait for more specific matches to come up on the market, and then you'll go look at those once you have a better understanding of what you want and what you're looking for in a home. All right, now let's get to the how-to. If you're not sure where you'd fit in, here are some things to keep in mind so that when you do write an offer, you are confident in your decision. I want you to do thorough research online and narrow your options. Use Google Maps to look up different subdivisions that you're considering. Look at the crime rate, look at the schools, look at the things in your area that you would want to live nearby. I want you to get out and get your feet wet. Look at those 5 houses that match your basic criteria to at least get out there and start getting some ideas on what you do and what you don't like. Y'all, this is one of my favorites. Hire a buyer's agent. You guys, yes, I am a buyer's agent and I am a seller's agent, and I am happy to help you. A buyer's agent will work with you on figuring out your specific home search criteria and help you make recommendations that you might not think of yourself. So y'all, of course, I'm always available for you. All right, y'all, we're gonna wrap this episode up. Thank you so much for tuning into this week's chat about the home buying process. I would love to know which buyer category that you think you would fit in if you started your home search tomorrow. So what other questions do you have about the home buying process? Make sure you comment and share this video. I am happy and I am always here to help. And if you need help on the buying or selling process, please send me a message, send me a DM, send me a DM, a text. I am always here for you guys, and I am currently scheduling buyer consultations for 2022 and 2023. It is never ever too early or too late to get on my calendar, y'all. Again, I'm Ryan Cecil with Homepage Realty, your Louisville real estate expert, and I will see you next time.